Aquarius suns and Aquarius risings. I'm guessing that the last year since around 2023 has been really chaotic for you. You feel like you've had to question your identity a lot. Nothing seems to be going the direction you want it to or expected it to, and you're having to do a lot of inner work and maybe even in a lot of solitude, feeling like no one wants to be around you. I'm here to tell you that there's a reason for this and there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and here is why. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Isabelle, your spiritual rebel friend, and today I wanted to talk about a massive transit that has been happening in your sign, well, really more in and out of your sign for the past year or so, that has probably led you to questioning your identity a lot, feeling like no one wants to be around you, feeling like you need to spend more time in solitude and redefine yourself. And if you're already into astrology, I'm sure you've already heard about this transit. But for those Aquariuses or Aquarians out there who don't know about this, I think this will give you a lot of insight into why you've been feeling a lot of emotional turmoil recently. And I want to let you know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel for this. So before I dive in, make sure you hit the link in the description below to book your reading, where we can dive deeper into this transit and how it's affecting you, as well as the rest of your birth chart and your unique personality type combination, so you can understand yourself more and optimize your personality combination to live the life you want and manifest the things you desire. So book in the link in the description below. I cannot wait to work with you. Back to the point. So we have had Pluto in and out of the sign of Aquarius for the past year, since March of 2023. March 23rd of 2023, Pluto entered Aquarius, and it has been going in and out of Aquarius and into Capricorn since then. Now, Pluto is a very powerful planet. Pluto is said to, in the extreme, represent the god Hades, which we know is all about the underworld and death. But in the positive sense, Pluto represents death and rebirth. It is our ability to rebirth ourselves. It also represents generational trauma and karma, in my opinion. So if past life karma is your thing, you'll resonate with that. But how I've seen Pluto play out for a lot of people is representing generational thought patterns, generational programming, collective patterns that we have to release. But the thing is, when Pluto enters our sign currently, it can be extremely powerful because it demands that we have to shift who we are forever. These are very powerful transits to have. And so with Pluto entering your sign, Aquarius, in March of 2023, I'm guessing that around that time and up through June 11th of 2023, you probably felt like you had to massively question who you were. Felt like the things that you, so to say, your flaws, let's call them that, but your flaws are perfect, but the things that maybe were habitual parts of you, your programming, the part of you that was created by society, now had to be questioned. You could no longer just sweep it under the rug or just accept that that's your human nature. Felt like you were being called to fix this or shift it, so to say. And as a result, you may have felt like your old life was falling apart or falling away. You may feel like your old friend groups are rejecting you or pushing you away. You may have felt extreme, maybe loneliness, especially after June 11th, because when it re-entered Capricorn, that's in your 12th house of subconscious. So you probably felt like all of 2023, you were having to redefine yourself. These things that were deep emotional wounds that you carried, that you kind of just nurtured and held, now had to be worked through and released, and you're still going through this process, and it can be frustrating because you feel like the work is somehow still never done. You feel like you've probably done a lot of inner work, and yet these old wounds keep resurfacing that you feel like you've released, or these old patterns of being keep coming up. And that is because Pluto keeps entering and then exiting and entering and exiting Aquarius, your sign. So to understand that a little more, Pluto usually moves direct but often goes retrograde, and usually it takes about 80 years for it to move through your sign. Now, I know that sounds like, wait, Isabelle, are you saying that I'm going to just deal with this existential life crisis forever? No, this will get better, because it is the retrograde motion that you're feeling that keeps setting it back. A retrograde is when a planet appears to be moving backward from the human eye here on Earth. And so when it moves retrograde, it has been making you literally reassess your growth, rethink it, question yourself. That sense of existential dread or existential crisis is appearing because of that retrograde. And whenever Pluto moves out of Aquarius back into Capricorn, its previous sign, it moves into a different part of your life, your subconscious. This is when you have to probably do more subconscious work. So to elaborate, probably between March and June of 2023, you were thinking, you know what, I want to redefine myself, and this is painful, I'm kind of having to do it, but this is probably overall a good thing. You probably had a pretty positive outlook because you're thinking, you know what, in the end, this is probably going to be for my better. I want to be more than who I was raised to be. And then from June of 2023 to January of 2024, you probably felt like you were doing deep unconscious work, having that sense of solitude. No one wants to be around me. I really have to go deep. And that is because Pluto retrograde entered Capricorn. So you're probably feeling, I need to do subconscious work. All this subconscious material is coming up. My childhood beliefs, my childhood wounds, my childhood programming, my trauma. This was all surfacing during this time. And now, since of January of 2024, you've been back in that shifting identity again. January up until September 1st, you will be in this mode of, how can I shift myself? And I know, Aquarius, it's probably been really, really hard work. I personally do not have any huge Aquarius placements, so I've been feeling Pluto retrograde a little lighter than you have, or significantly lighter. And I'm here to root you through it because this is going to be huge for you. Pluto is going to be in Aquarius for good starting November 19th of 2024. It's going to make one more retrograde into Capricorn, making you do one last round of subconscious work from September through November. But in the meantime, as of now, you're in a mode of redefining yourself, proactively seeking out who you want to be and the circle that aligns with that. Because while Aquarius is in your first house of identity, Aquarius in general, as you know, as you probably are aware of, is very much about collective. And our sense of identity plays on every area of our life. How we perceive ourselves is what we will receive. And so this is also about the law of attraction. So whatever you choose to become is what you want to be. And as you've probably realized over the last year, there are things that maybe need to fall away. Maybe the place you're living, maybe the place, the people you're around, maybe your relationships, maybe even just your relationship with your sense of self needs to shift. And by doing so, you will experience more reward and more joy in your friend circle, in your home, in your relationships, in your career, in everything. So I invite you to ask yourself during this time, because this is a time for you to optimize who do you want to be? What would you become if you were free from limitations and you could redefine yourself? Because this is truly what you're being called to do right now. You are here to redefine yourself unlike ever before. You can be freed from all your generational wounds, past programming, past definitions of yourself, redefine yourself anew. And by doing so, you can shift realities. This is what some people like to refer to as quantum jumping or quantum leaping. You could really elevate during this time and experience abundance like never before. The friendships you want, the career you want. What do you want? What do you desire? If you could reap any rewards right now, what would they be? Maybe it's simply just a positive outlook on yourself, and that's okay. But if you are ready to shift realities, this is the time to optimize it. Especially now this summer, because on July 21st, you are going to have a full moon conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. So the full moon will actually be in Capricorn at the final degree of Capricorn, conjunct Pluto in the very last degree or first degree of Aquarius. And this conjunction basically puts you in emphasis, as well as Capricorn, to experience a culmination, experience a reward, experience receiving what you desire. And Capricorn has all to do with success, all to do with reward. And so you may feel like you're doing the final realization on, this is what I expect myself to be, this is what I expect myself to do, and maybe even potentially experiencing rewards in your physical reality as a result of doing deep unconscious work throughout this year and a half. You have done the inner work, Aquarius. You've really put the effort into it. I know you have. The transits say so. I don't even have to know you in person to know that you want something greater and you've been working at it. You've been doing great work. And unfortunately, but fortunately so, you may have to do a little more from September through November, but know that this is the last push. And during this summer, You get to be in more of a mode of receiving. Experiment with your sense of self and know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You are almost there, almost to the state of abundance. So make sure you optimize these transits and utilize them to your benefit as much as possible. Make sure you know exactly what you're aiming for, because you really do have the opportunity to not only shift your sense of self, but by shifting your sense of self, you can elevate the reality you're experiencing. You can shift realities to be in the wildest dreams you never imagined you could have. And so if you want more help understanding that, and if you want more help getting clarity on what exactly you want and how to have everything you desire and optimize this transit to your benefit, then make sure you book a reading in the link in the description below, where we dive deep into not only your birth chart, but your unique personality combination and what is going on in the stars currently in simple terms, so you can use it to your benefit to live the life you desire and understand yourself. If that all sounds good to you, if you're ready to use this transit to your benefit, if you're ready to shift realities, this is for you. So book in the link in the description below. I cannot wait to work with you. Be sure to share this video if it resonated for you. If you know an Aquarius, let them know about this, because this is truly huge for you guys. Seriously, Pluto in Aquarius does not happen often. Like I said, it takes 80 years for it to transit each sign, and there's 12 zodiac signs, so it's been a long time since Pluto has been here in Aquarius. So share this video, let me know in the comments below if this resonated, and be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and stay tuned for more videos. I post about astrology, numerology, Enneagram, life, manifestation, and more, and would love to see you here regularly. And let me know in the comments below if you're subscribing. Once again, my name's Isabelle, and thank you guys so much for watching this video. From my heart to yours, Aquarius, namaste.